Hello, and welcome to the Footy Podcast. To benefit Here's Help. Here's Help is a nonprofit comprehensive rehabilitation and educational agency that's been providing treatment services in South Florida since 1968. For more information on Here's Help or Footy's podcast, you can contact us at 305-685-8201. If you need help or know someone who has a substance abuse or alcohol problem, you can call our admissions office at 305-685-8201, extension 224. If you'd like to make a cash donation to Here's Help and join the fight against drug abuse, call Footy at 305-685-8201, extension 227. Now, here's Footy.
All right.
I want to welcome you to another Footy podcast. Thank you so much for being with us. And we want to let you know once again that our podcast comes to you usually every week from the Here's Help facility in Miami Gardens, Florida. We're on 151st and 27th Avenue in Miami Gardens. The program has been here for many years. I've known Footy since the early 80s, and it's been really great to see this campus grow from just one small building up on the corner back in the 80s to this really sprawling campus that we have here in Miami Gardens with dorms. We've got this building that we are podcasting from, which also includes a very well-equipped music studio, thanks to Gloria and Emilio Estefan. We want to thank them for all their support over the years. There's a computer lab here, graphic arts programs, there's art class, a Miami-Dade County Public School classroom, a building on the campus, and they're just finishing up the plumbing school. There's several different off-campus programs, and it's then of course can't forget about culinary, which we'll be talking about a little bit more in depth in just a moment. There's just a lot of great things going on, and it's all about the Footy's philosophy of getting a replacement life and recovery through education. And we're going to get into all of that. If you want to find out more about Here's Help, if you maybe have someone in your family or a friend, or maybe even you who is battling with substance issues, check out the website here'shelpinc.com. You can look things over and see if maybe this might be the program for you. And stay with us for the next few minutes. We're going to talk with one of the young men going through the program to also give you an insight into what's going on. And welcome, Eddie.
Eddie, yes, that's me. So I'm in the culinary program. Mm-hmm. I'm 22 years old. So I guess a little bit of what brought me here. I ended up winning, not winning, but kind of winning basically a lottery in cryptocurrency. And
How old were you when that happened?
This happened within the last 7 months.
Oh, okay. Right. So
it went quick, but I won, a good amount of money. And I just decided to, blow it, mostly on, drugs and Ubers to clubs and stuff. So about $40,000 in 6 months.
Wow.
And, I ended up not having that much money left. And I went to visit my grandma. I could have probably kept it up, scraping by, but I didn't want to do that either. But I went to visit my grandma, and I was in a bedroom they had there, a guest bedroom, because she was staying with my uncle. She's in Alaska, but she came down to visit. Mm-hmm. And I went to go buy some nitrous oxide canisters, whippets. And so I did it in the guest bedroom. I was doing a bunch of whippets in the guest bedroom, and I guess my uncle decided to call the cops on me.
Oh my God.
So
Well, that in and of itself isn't illegal, is it?
I guess so.
Okay.
I guess it is, because the cops came in. They told me I'm not allowed to use it that way. Mm-hmm. I told them I was making whipped cream, and they were like, "We heard you." Mm. So then they charged me with a third-degree misdemeanor of use and possession of inhalants. Mm-hmm. But I was supposed to get charged with 3 felonies or something like that for the amount of nitrous oxide I had. Apparently, you're supposed to have a license to carry it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I mean, I was primarily a benzo user. I was doing unholy amounts of benzos. Probably the amount that a person would get in their script for a month, I was doing in one day. And
And what are benzos?
like Xanax.
Okay.
And still walking around, and I was a poly drug user. I was using opioids, primarily kratom because it's inexpensive, but I was using that in large amounts as well, and a lot of ketamine. And
A lot of cannabis?
ketamine.
Oh, ketamine, right.
And then obviously with all the money that I had, I was blowing a lot on cocaine as well. So
Nitrous is an interesting choice. We don't want to cross that. Is that becoming a thing now? Or
nitrous and ketamine all over the clubs.
Really?
Well, all over the after parties.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely a big thing right now. A lot of people are doing whippets again.
Amazing. So you found yourself with a misdemeanor. So what happened?
Yeah.
You went to a court?
I went to court here about a month afterwards. It was October 24th, and the judge said, you know, we're gonna let you go, basically, but we're gonna let you like leave the program, because at that point I wanted to leave because I don't know, I was just
Now, which program was that?
here, and I was just I don't know, I was done with it. You know, I thought I was good already. I thought I was over my addiction. I thought I could go out there and be clean. And you know, I did some rethinking. But he said, yeah, you can leave the program with a month. And I just took the plea. I just $500, and it's probably still going to be on my record. But I'm not too worried about it.
So this has just recently happened, and you're leaving soon, or did you come back, or what?
No, I didn't leave. I stayed. You know, my mom was gonna be furious if I left. She said, basically, I'm cutting you off if you leave the program, and I didn't want that to happen, so I stayed. And I told her the next day, and you know, she was crying because she was happy that I was staying.
So now, how long have you been here?
I've been here for about 2.5 months. So I've got about 1.5 left.
When you first arrived, was this your first time going through a treatment program?
I've been to detox once before, and that was for benzos.
So what was your state of mind the first week or so when you first got here?
I was intimidated.
Why is that?
It's very like hands-on, active. You know, people are playing sports.
Structured.
Very structured. And I'm, you know, I've always been very like lazy.
So, but has that attitude changed now that you've been here
Absolutely.
for a while?
Yes, absolutely.
And
that's what I've gotten out of it the most. You know,
what?
Just being active and putting forth effort, especially, you know, as far as physical activity goes.
Were you using substances before you won this
Yes.
cryptocurrency? You just didn't have the means to take the deep dive that you did when you got the...
Since I was about 11, 12 years old, I've been drinking, and then moved on to cannabis, to psychedelics, until I was introduced to prescription pills. And then that's when, you know, everything went down.
And then you won this money, and...
I won this money.
You just kind of checked out.
Yeah.
Woke up one day, and the money was gone.
It was all gone.
But the Jones was still there.
Yeah.
As we used to say.
Yeah, definitely. I've been through worse, as far as the Jonesing goes. But because I still had money to, like, a little bit of money to sustain whatever I was doing, I'd found that you can purchase research chemicals, which are like legal forms of a drug that, you know, you might want. And they're...
Wow.
Yeah.
So now you're here. You've been here for a while, and now you're in culinary.
Culinary, yes.
Tell us about that.
Culinary's been great. You know, every day we cook something. We cook something either for us or for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We always get to learn a little bit about, you know, how to cut things up, how to
Bone and chicken.
right. You know,
Yeah.
I've been primarily on the dishes
Uh-huh. And
for a while now because we haven't gotten any new people coming in that want to do culinary. A lot of
Mhm.
people are doing agriculture.
which also you do a lot of garden to table stuff where
Yes,
we
absolutely.
grow the vegetables and then
Yes.
they go to culinary for preparation.
Yeah, so we've
Which I-
gotten avocados for Thanksgiving. We have a lot planned for Thanksgiving. We're going to be having a little get-together with the South Campus, I believe.
Mhm.
And we're cooking a lot. It's our campus that's cooking a lot.
Uh-huh.
And we're just going to have a good time.
You're going to do the traditional Thanksgiving stuff?
Yes. We've got turkey.
Mhm.
We've got candied yams, pecan pie. I don't want to spoil it all, but
Well, we'll hold off on publishing this
Right.
until after the
Awesome.
the holiday, so you won't get busted.
sure.
So this is a fascinating story on a lot of different levels. There's a lot of things about your story that we don't usually hear from some of the young men going through the program, and I'm just curious. If you've given any thought to what's going to take place when you finish up here and move back into the real world.
Well, prior to coming here, I was actually living in Orlando. I was living not with my best friend, but you know, I moved up there, and because he was up there, in the Sanford area, and that's where I was going to, you know, Club Guilt every night, and I had a lot of connections to cocaine and ketamine. So, those were the things that were like primarily driving my like the lifestyle I was living,
Mhm.
just going way off the deep
It
end.
was driving you.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Uh-huh.
So I'm now planning to stay with my mom again, and my siblings, and her fiance, and I think that being around my siblings again is gonna help me to remain sober. Not saying that I did in the past. So that's still, you know, something in my head. I'm like, wow, I really have to actually, you know, give a concentrated effort not to. But being around my siblings, my little sister, she's 17 years old. You know, she just got a letter of recommendation from the mayor of Pembroke Pines.
That's
and
awesome.
She's getting letters from all sorts of universities. It is amazing.
Yeah.
And my little brother, he's 10 years old. He's going to like a little coding aftercare thing.
Mhm.
So, you know, I see a lot of potential in them, and they've seen how drugs have affected me. So my sister, she says she's never touching a drink, even, and she's, you know, she's just on the right path. And I want to be there for them as a sober person, a sober-minded person, to, you know, just show them that I can do it, that they can do it.
Well, that's a great attitude, and you're absolutely right. You know, I mean, the fact that you have so much to live for,
Yes.
and to be awake for.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
and that's awesome. And I really think just from our conversation, you sound like you've been there, done that. You see the error of your ways, and I think you also have a pretty clear vision of how to get to the end of that tunnel.
Right.
And it looks like you're pretty motivated to get to that end. So I'm very excited for you, and I'm glad that you landed here.
Yeah, me too.
Because I have seen, I have to say, I've seen a lot of young men come and go through the program, and
Yep.
it's one of the better programs going on. So I'm glad you're here.
Yes,
And I'm
me
glad
too.
you're doing well, and it was been great talking with you. I want to thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
And before you get all your points, before you graduate
Sure.
and leave us, we'd love to have you come back and give us one more
Absolutely.
conversation. We'll get your thoughts about where your mind is at after getting ready to take off.
Good deal.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Thanks.
We invite you. Thank you, man. We invite you to watch all of our podcasts. We thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Click on the little bell on the frame there, and we'll notify you when there's a new podcast. We love the comments. Thank you so much for your comments. We get a lot of comments from a lot of our old buddies from the Y100 days, scattered at radio stations and other facilities throughout the United States. So it's always great to hear from our friends. So thanks for the comments. And we invite you to keep posted on what's going on here at Here's Help by going to here'shelpinc.com. And we'll speak to you again on another Footy podcast.
Have you been introduced to Footy Sauce? Footy Sauce makes it easy to give ordinary chicken wings extraordinary flavor. Footy Wing Sauce is made with a perfect blend of herbs and spices. So what are you waiting for? Pour it on. Footy's Wing Sauce guarantees you a better tasting chicken wing every single time. When you fire up the grill, pour it on. Let Footy be your wingman. Kick your next party up a notch with Footy Sauce. Grab Footy's Wing Sauce and pour it on.
Thank you for listening to the Footy Podcast. To benefit, Here's Help. For more information about the Footy Podcast or Here's Help, contact us at 305-685-8201. If you need help or know someone who has a substance abuse or alcohol problem, you can call our admissions office at 305-685-8201, extension 224. If you'd like to make a cash donation to Here's Help and join the fight against drug abuse, call Footy at 305-685-8201, extension 227. The executive producer of the Footy Podcast is Sam Zacco, COO of Here's Help.